Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, back with another crypto video, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. Now, at the end of the video, I'm also going to be talking a little bit about Tron TRX. That's because they've been on some really big stuff, and I quickly want to give my 2 cents on it. Now, for this video, I also want to give away $50 worth of XRP, and all that you have to do to enter this giveaway is press the like button on this video, comment something down below, and make sure you have the notification bell on. That's all you need to do. You're automatically entered, and if we hit 299 likes within 24 hours, we're giving that away. First tweet comes from Mike Dudas on Twitter. He says, Ripple Labs is facing a federal class action lawsuit, alleging that XRP was sold as an unregistered security. Now, new evidence suggests that 1. Ripple created XRP, and 2. That the company and its agents are selling the asset in excess of need for profit. Now, the first one I personally really disagree with here. Now, he is the CEO of The Block, which is a news website as well. I think they post a lot of different stuff. But he's just here posting up the news. It's not his own opinion. As you can see, there's quotations on the side there. He's just trying to share some information with us, so no hate on Mike to this whatsoever. However, I personally think that this first one, for example, or to start off with, is just completely false. As we know, XRP was actually created before the Ripple company was ever created, and thus it's kind of weird to state that Ripple created XRP since Ripple was not around when XRP got created. So it's kind of a weird situation right there. Second part is not my business at all. I mean, if the company and its agents are selling the asset in excess of need for profit, it's a difficult one to address, difficult one to talk about, since it's a little bit of a vague line there in the sense of what those agents and the companies doing for what, since everything kind of gets reported, but on the other hand you really don't know all the reasons behind there. So I want to kind of leave that one to stick in the open air. But let's go on some more news. Han Solo on Twitter, one Han Solo, says Ripple's partner plans to expand into 4 more countries this year. Go XRP go. And here we can see the article. It says, Ripple's partner plans to expand. Ripple, the second biggest crypto company, allows CM Commercial Bank to explore new markets. And yeah, everybody's just saying like, oh, just 4, only this, only that. And that is actually showing kind of the sentiment. Is that what I think that's correct to call. The attitude that people are having towards the partnerships that Ripple has been having. It's just completely insane how much they've been moving, and it's really funny to see how we're like, just 4 partnerships? Is that everything? Just because they've really been expanding at such a rapid pace that 4 sounds like nothing. Sounds like they're stagnating in growth, even though 4 is actually ridiculous. And in this case, they're only allowing CM Commercial Bank to explore, so they're not really doing anything themselves, hopefully there, meaning, their progress is coming easily. Now, another thing I found was from Cynthia Russo here. She says, just so I have this correct, R3 CEO states, we actually don't need to read it, because when I scrolled through the comments here, I noticed that XRP turned up to 589 said this: you are a plagiarist, a bot, or just really trying to steal other posts to gain attention. Whichever it is, and give the original person some credit. This is how I looked when I saw an exact copy of Bamboo XRP's tweet. Personally, didn't really know who Bamboo was, but when I checked it out, it did make a lot of sense, right? It did make a lot of sense. Because when I looked up Bamboo, I saw here that he actually tweeted the exact same story a little bit earlier. Here you can see January 8th, 11 p.m. Here you can see January 9th, 7 p.m. So really, it's just a literal copy. You can see that the text is exactly the same, only this is on iPhone and a day earlier. Now, here it says, just so I have it correct, R3 CEO states hundreds of millions of transactions will happen on Corda this year from banks. Corda's only digital asset settlement currently is XRP. People still say they see no use case for XRP. Folks, you can't spoon feed this stuff any easier. And then Jack the Ripple says, the eyes are useless when the mind is blind. And that's actually a really interesting saying right there. So I'm just going to give that a little heart. But yeah, King Solomon XP Owl actually made a really great comment here and said, Corda Settler is Swift GPI or XRP currently. Tough choice with some popcorn right there, but only digital asset settlement. So, But pretty cool that Great Gatsby here, Bamboo XRP, posted that. It's definitely a really interesting idea to throw up. And you can see it also got a lot of feedback. 750 likes, definitely a good one. Here's somebody's buying XRP, I guess. You see here, Trexia says, just hold XRP and bought XRP more Coinbase. At Coinbase, Gemini, blah, blah, blah. A lot of money being spent. Maybe it's a lie. I don't know. I don't care. It's pretty cool that people post that stuff. I don't know why you would, because this actually opens you up and makes you vulnerable for hackers and stuff when you showcase how much XRP you're actually buying. But whatever, people may do whatever they want. The Bishop, at BizHop Crypto on Twitter, says, if XRP is a scam, it's the most efficient, regulatory compliant, internationally recognized, Wall Street touted, financially backed, billion-dollar evaluated, enterprise transforming, central bank noticed scam that I've ever seen. And my money is in it. So I like that the Bishop posted this because this is actually the attitude that most people are having at this point. See, whenever you're starting to call a company a scam, right, it hurts them, right, to a certain extent. But in this case, Ripple is so big and so, backed and I guess so real that even if you call it a scam, you're kind of making a fool out of yourself. Because either you're going to have to think of a couple of really good reasons why it's a scam that nobody has thought about yet, because at least everything that I've seen is just complete nonsense and does not work for me. It doesn't change my mind, and I think you'd have to do a lot of work to try to change somebody's minds when you can see here from the tweet as well how it's really difficult for this to be a scam. There's major players working with them. Don't you think they would at least do a little bit of research and check into exactly what they're working with? You think those central banks, those governments and whatever, would ever even think about Ripple or ever even try to partner with them or try that system out if they had doubt that it was a scam? No, they would not, right? No, they would not. Why? Because they don't have to try it out. They're doing this because they also know, all right, this is the way we can go for the future. There's literally no way or no reason to not try them out. The only thing that I think people can ever say is that they have a lot of XRP, right? And for a holder of XRP, that might be, something you dislike. I get that. Doesn't make it a scam because they exactly tell you what they do, right? But I can only see that as a bad part about them. That's the only bad part I can see about them. Different ones I do not yet agree with. If you have any bad parts you really want to share with me, go ahead and do so. Maybe you can never change my mind. But up to now, I've been really positive for the whole project. I don't see any bad sides. Now, a little bit of bullishness in my video. We can do that sometimes, right? The Crypto Bull 2020 on Twitter said, XRP forming a bull flag on the 4-hour. Description in the chart. So we can check it out here. XRP-USD, the 4-hour chart on Bitstamp. So here we can see, of course, the candles and what they have in here. XRP-USD forming a bull flag on the 4-hour chart. I'm expecting for the price to break to the upside within the next 12 hours. This was posted on the 3 p.m. 9th of January. It's now the 10th of the 10th of January, 4 p.m. But let's see here. Right, he's posted a lot of the same stuff. Are you ready for the XP bull run? Right, this is actually, if we check back to history, I'm going to be doing another video about that maybe relatively soon. XP will be leading the next mega bull run, not only dollars, but also gold, silver, and most of our Bitcoin will flow into XRP. He's a real XRP bull, which is something that people like, something that people are against. I personally don't know if it's good or bad, because from a good side, he's hyping people up. He's making people happy holding XRP. From a bad side, he's making people get false expectations. He's making it so people are like, oh yes, we're finally going to rise in price. And when it doesn't, they might be demotivated and sell their coins. And I get both perspectives there, and it's always difficult to see what is better in the world. Maybe it's better to just stay real, but he is doing it for entertainment purposes, and he has all the right to do it. So it's a little bit difficult to, state my full opinion on it. Now, for Tron, the reason I actually went to talk about this and show you guys this is because Misha Laterman here, who's a big news source for Tron stuff, says PewDiePie to his 102 million subscriber about DLive joining BitTorrent and Tron family. BitTorrent is the biggest decentralized P2P and file sharing network in the world, powered by Tron blockchain, which means it has over 100 million users. That's almost as much as me, is what he says in the video. So yeah, PewDiePie actually makes a video here shouting out DLive and telling people to come over, and you can win a free chair or something like that. But he's actually talking about Tron and about DLive within this video. And even though I think it's a video that's sent to Tron, not actually on his own channel, maybe on his own Twitter, because it's 45 seconds, we know this is not him really doing this out of himself. He most likely got paid a lot to talk about this, because it just really sounds like that. It just really sounds like that in the way that it goes, this video here. But the other part about that is, though, that he does shout out Tron, he does shout out BitTorrent, he does shout out DLive, and it could have had a good influence on the price. Didn't, but that's also maybe because we don't know exactly when this got uploaded. What if it got uploaded exactly here and it helped with moving the price? We don't really know, or when it got sent. And I also don't really know exactly where the video was posted. Maybe it's gonna get posted on his official or something. Maybe it has already been posted something. I don't know. Also, I don't know why PewDiePie doesn't have a tick. Why doesn't he have an official thing, even though it is his account, maybe? That's pretty interesting. But yeah. Alright guys, I think those was most of what we... Oh, I actually had a video here from Roses. Rose on the Moon here said, David Schwartz, CTO of Ripple, compares XRP to Bitcoin. And there's a little 2-minute video. Let's quickly watch it, as it was pretty interesting to me.
And I think the focus should be on the use case. The crypto markets tend to show tokens rising or falling as a unit. There doesn't seem to be that much distinguishing in the price. But I think in terms of the long-term success of these projects, they have to have some sort of a real use case. And it's not enough to say smart contracts, like smart contracts for what? It's not enough to say Internet of Things, like what specific Internet of Things are you doing? Cloud storage, anonymous transactions, all these different use cases. And again, we think they all come back to payments. So fiat currencies are backed by governments. Governments ensure their scarcity and value. Digital assets, of course, are not backed by governments. They're backed by cryptographic algorithms. And what I mean by that is that their scarcity and value is ensured by cryptographic algorithms. Bitcoin uses proof of work. Ethereum, as you know, proof of work. Although Ethereum is now switching to proof of stake, they encountered some of the obstacles with proof of work. XRP uses a different algorithm that we call consensus. And I have to back up 1 second here and just point out, what this algorithm is doing is solving exactly one problem, and that's it. Every other problem we can solve just by having all the data open, so you don't have to worry about trusting someone else to know whether or not someone has the funds for a transaction. Everybody knows the transaction validity rules. They know the digital signature algorithms. You don't have to trust someone else to tell you if a transaction is valid. The only issue that you can't solve by everybody enforcing every rule is ordering transactions. You can have conflicting transactions where someone tries to send the same asset to 2 different people, and you need some rule to order 2 valid but conflicting transactions received at about the same time. That's all consensus does. So that is something that nobody should particularly care about anyway. It's deep in the plumbing. It just has to work. Just like if you want to spend Bitcoin, you don't care about mining. It just has to work. It's the same thing. It's just that way of resolving the double spend problem. And because we resolve the double spend problem in a more efficient way that's more cooperative than competitive, we have significantly better performance metrics than many other digital assets.
So yeah, the time flew by here, but that's also because it's a really freaking good video. It just takes you in right there. It's really amazing stuff here, and the way that he explains it, I could watch this for like an hour or 5. I don't even care. There's a YouTube video here that was posted again by Rose on the Moon here to the official video. Don't know exactly where the video is on. Maybe it's on the Unchained official YouTube. I don't know about that, but again, this was a really, really solid video in my opinion, because it does explain again why XRP is so much easier for banks to adopt as well. Or at least for any bigger player or party to use. So much more user-friendly from a safety perspective, and also it's so much less foreign. They don't have to think about a lot of stuff that you do have to think about with Bitcoin. And also, as you just said here, through consensus, all that you have to worry about and even not worry about is the order that things come in, and so double spending isn't a thing. That's actually the only part that's interesting still about the transactioning. For the rest, it's also simple. It's also plain. It's all settled. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to worry about anything. I think that makes it very, very appealing. A little bit less decentralized in a sense, but very, very appealing to, stick close to because it's so simple. But guys, that was it for this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button. Also, make sure you comment down below what I can do better in these videos. I'm really trying to improve, trying to change my style if you guys want to, but make sure you let me know because I don't know where to start. So make sure you do that. I'm also already trying to talk slower because a lot of you guys keep telling me that I should talk slower. But let me know what else I need to do. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care.